Welcome to On The Record with Chloe B, where I invite celebrities on to tell their truth behind the headlines. You can listen every Monday at 6 p.m. on Apple Podcasts, Spotify and YouTube. Welcome to On The Record with Chloe B, where I tell the truth behind the headline. And today I'm joined by the beautiful Leigh from Married at First Sight.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome, Leigh.
Thanks.
So I'm sure the whole country has been watching Married at First Sight at the moment.
Pretty much, yeah.
Was you prepared for all the attention you got?
No, I'm not gonna lie. I knew the show was big, but I didn't know it was gonna be this much.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Gets a lot of attention, don't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's been a bit of a. It's been a bit overwhelming, yeah.
When I first saw you, I thought, I've got to have her on. She's from Essex.
Yes.
She's unreal. And I just know we're going to have so much to talk about. So,
Yes.
obviously, I want to talk all things Married at First Sight, but I did want to go back to growing up first, because I just thought, you know what, like, when I first saw you, I said to my mum, she's so stunning. And I know this sounds like, without sounding stupid, because obviously I know that people and lesbians come in all forms,
Yeah.
but they do.
All shapes and sizes.
But I thought, you know what, I bet her whole life she's had straight men basically trying on with her, and I bet it's been a fucking nightmare in Essex.
Oh, it is. It is. I still get it now. Do you know what the most awkward thing is when you meet someone for the first time, you know when you get chatting to someone and they're like, so have you got a boyfriend?
Yeah.
And I get it all the time, like if I start a new job or meet new people, and it's that awkward, like you feel like you're coming out over and over again, like having to say to someone, oh no, I ain't got a boyfriend, or like I'm actually gay. And it's awkward because they then end up feeling really uncomfortable and they're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry for assuming. But I do get it, because like there is a stigma around what people think that gay looks like, and I don't fit into that bracket. But if you look at the gay community, like you said, there's so many different people. Of course,
and I've got so many friends that are gay, I know that.
Yeah.
But I feel like from the outset, people that are uneducated about people that are gay and the LGBTQ community, they don't actually realise that you can be a beautiful girl and just not be interested in men at all.
Literally.
So I wanted to know about growing up in Essex. Obviously, if you're from Essex, you know, stereotypically girls are very girly and boys are very laddish, and they're very, like, you know, hyper manly, some of them anyway. So what was it like growing up in Essex, and what was your story like coming out?
My coming out story was really okay. Like my family had been really good, really supportive. Like my mum just sort of, so I was dating a girl in school, and it got around the school mums that me and this girl were dating.
How old was you?
About 15.
That's crazy.
14, 15. And then, my mum found out through someone else's mum, and she just, like, straight out asked me the question and was like, are you dating so-and-so? She didn't say, are you gay or anything. She said, are you dating so-and-so? And I was like, yeah, I am. She was like, oh, well, as long as you're happy. Like, I don't care who you're with, as long as you're happy. And that was literally it. And from then on, like, I did for a couple of years when I was younger date men and women, because I wasn't really sure. I think you're still trying to figure yourself out if you're fully gay or you're bi. I always knew I liked girls, but I wasn't sure if I was fully gay.
When did you first know?
That I liked girls?
Yeah.
God, it's got, I'd say like secondary school.
Oh, really?
Like when I'd start to like feel a type of way about girls. And then I remember in the beginning, actually, there was a girl that I liked, that I fancied, and I was a bit horrible to her. I was a bit nasty to her. I think I was trying to figure out my own feelings, and I thought, oh, why do I like you? Oh no. And then I was feeling a bit horrible. But yeah, so that was a weird one. But yeah, my family have always been really supportive. I've always had really good friends and stuff like that. But I've never felt like you fully fit in, because like you said, like growing up in Essex, there is a bit of a stigma around the type of girl that you're meant to be as an Essex girl.
Definitely.
And I look like
you do fit that mould with the way you look. Yeah,
I do look that way, but I don't think I always fit that mould because I like girls.
Yeah. On the Record with Chloe B has been exclusively sponsored by Ryan from Change. For the last few months, I've been working with Ryan from Change, and I'm so grateful that they've decided to sponsor On the Record with Chloe B so that I can bring you these amazing episodes. Change is the #1 mentoring program that teaches you e-commerce without any previous experience. Since working with Change, I've seen so many amazing differences. I've seen life-changing money be made, and I've also seen so many members free up time so they can spend time with their family and loved ones. Don't get me wrong, you really do have to put the work in with Change, and Ryan is one of the most hard-working people I know. But what you put in, you get out, and you can really see some life-changing results. And you're also surrounded by a group of like-minded people that have the same ambition and goals. Change is different to other businesses because they offer one-on-one training, group seminars, and online courses, so you can constantly get the help you need to succeed with your business. If you're looking for an opportunity to get involved with Change, then make sure you reach out to Ryan via Instagram at RyanJB to get involved with this amazing business.
a lot of people keep saying to me as well, like, oh, you're going to do Towie, For one, I don't think I could do it.
Oh, I think you should.
I don't know if I could. It's a bit too much drama for me.
I've got the medal. It's a laugh.
I mean, yeah. I don't know if I could, but equally as well, I don't think there's a space for
I understand
gay women
in
an environment like that.
I feel like with dating, it was obviously be hard because there is no one else. Obviously, you know, when I first started, I was so close with Demi and still am really good friends with her. And I know her struggles were hard because she didn't exactly know where to fit in. You know, she's around all these girls with dating, and she, you know, I'm not speaking for her. She come on here and said this. So, you know, and that was hard. But I think the representation in the media is so much better than what it used to be. Like, oh my God. Like, did you feel like you stuck out massively when you was younger because you was gay?
Not really. I think I covered it up quite well. Really? Not that I was intentionally trying to mask it, but I wasn't outwardly gay. Do you know what I mean? So I'd only really ever discuss it with people if they asked, or if we had the awkward conversation of, have you got a boyfriend? Then I have to tell him. So I didn't ever really struggle that much.
What about with like friendships and stuff? Did you ever encounter like girls, say you come out at 15, you've had friendships from like 11 in secondary school. Did you ever have girls that when they found out you was gay be like, oh?
They'd be a bit standoffish.
Yeah.
It's that little bit of a thing where it's like, oh, I don't want to like cuddle her or like I don't want to stay over at her house.
Fancy you, babe.
Yeah, like just because I'm gay, don't mean I fucking fancy you. But it's the same with anyone, isn't it? Like you can have you could have a really good friend that's a boy, but it don't mean you're going to sleep with them.
Yeah,
same thing.
Not necessarily. No, I'm joking.
Maybe.
I'm joking.
So yeah, that's a bit of a weird one.
Yeah,
and I think I have been quite lucky. Like the people I've surrounded myself with have been really good to me, and I haven't really had too many awkward situations. It's more when I've been in relationships with girls that I've found that I get the most. You notice how people look at you. For example, like when I was with my ex, we'd like go to London and we'd be sitting on the train, and the minute we'd hold hands, you can just feel the eyes on you, like feel the eyes staring at you.
That's so crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because like you just wouldn't think in this day and age there still is that sort of stigma around it. Like, because in the media, obviously, we're taught that everyone's so open. You've got people just out there doing whatever the fuck they want. And then you simply sit on a train and hold hands with your girlfriend and people are staring. It's so
it's
weird.
Like you're doing the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
And you have to think about what countries you can go to, like what holidays you can go on. And if you're going with your partner, you have to be really, really careful of how you behave with your partner when you're in another country.
So like, would you go to Dubai? No.
I probably would go. I'm not in a relationship now, so I would go. But like, if I was with someone, I'd double guess it because I don't want to have to change how I would be with my partner because I'm in another country.
And have you ever experienced anyone saying anything nasty to you in public while you're out with a partner?
I've been out with a partner and they were nasty to her because she was quite masculine presenting, and we were standing in a chemist, literally in a line holding hands, and this random bloke was trying to make a move on me. And my partner at the time, because I'd kept saying like, no thank you, I'm not interested, I just was like looking away from him, and he kept trying it. He was like this drunk man, and my partner was like, look, she's just said that she's not interested, leave her alone. And then he just started hurling abuse at her and was like, you look like a fucking man, you're this, you're that. Like, it's just horrible, nasty. And I was like, you do realise that's a woman you're talking to, like that you're a grown man.
Have you ever had that a lot? Like, sorry to interrupt you, when people like maybe try and chat you up and you tell them you're gay, they'll be nasty to you? Yeah,
they will. They'll be nasty, or they'll be like, oh, what a waste, or like, you just haven't had a good enough man, or you haven't had it good enough, or you ain't had the right bloke.
I said to that to my mum. I said, I bet she has had so many men go, I can turn you, and it's always like some Colin in a flat cap, like fuck off.
Colin in a flat cap.
You can't have.
Men are convinced that it's because I've not had good enough sex with a man, or because I've not met the right man. That's the only plausible explanation as to why I'm gay.
Before the show, what is it that you done?
So I was actually doing a degree in counselling.
Oh, no way.
I did a level 2 and a level 3 diploma in counselling skills, and then I did my first year of my degree in integrative counselling, and then I was also working for the NHS as a clinical coder. No one ever knows what that means when I tell them. It's basically admin. We'll say that.
Yeah, she's made that sound very simple for me. It's admin.
It's a very easy way to explain it. But yeah, my degree and like the career I wanted to go into was counselling. I wanted to be a therapist because...
That's crazy. Like, I don't want to delve too much into the Married at First Sight situation yet because there's so much to talk about with that. But because you're someone that's so in touch with emotions and people's sort of feelings and knowing how to sort of talk through your own feelings and someone else's, do you feel like you struggled with Married at First Sight because I don't know how to word this, but I'm going to, like, I've been on shows where producers heavily push you to do certain things. And did you find that quite hard to do those certain things because you could see the manipulation?
Yeah, I think going into it, I was like, I'm very self-aware. I know my own feelings and my own thoughts, and so I don't think I'll be able to be easily manipulated. I was a bit naive.
It's crazy
going into it. And one thing I will say about Married at First Sight, it is very natural. Like, it's not illustrated that much. Like, you'd only get the odd, you know, like, maybe bring up this topic, or like, what do you think of this? What do you think of that?
That's okay, yeah.
But there were times where they'd sort of say, we think this has happened, or we think that's happened. We can't tell you if it has or not, but we think it has. And so it really gets in your head. And I thought that I was like self-aware enough that wouldn't be able to penetrate. Yeah. But it really did. And I'd second guess myself, and I'd be like, hang on a minute, are they telling me the truth? Did that happen? Would you
instantly react? Because I'm the sort of person that the producers could literally say to me the sky was green. I'd be like, you're joking. What's happened? Like, I would believe anything they're saying. So, like, how did you react to that sort of little bits of manipulation?
I feel like for the most part I dealt with it quite well. Like, I was kind of like, well, I'll find out for myself, or like, I'll navigate this myself. But there were definitely times, especially more the latter part of filming, because by that point you're a bit like, your head's fucked.
You're in it then. Yeah, I know.
Like, and it was so intense. By that point I was kind of like a bit like, I didn't know what was going on, and certain things would really get me, and then I'd react, or I'd ask the question without thinking about it properly. So yeah, I'd say in the end it started to like fuck with my head a little bit more.
Yeah. So obviously you've got this amazing career, you know what you're going to do. What made you choose to go on Married at First Sight? And how was the process? Because I don't know anything about this process of getting on there.
Yeah, it is a bit mad. I actually got scouted for Married at First Sight, which a lot of the cast this year did, to be fair. I'd say there was over half of the cast that got scouted this year.
No way.
But a few people had like applied for other shows like Love is Blind and things, and didn't get that. And
I've got something quite funny to interrupt.
Oh, go on.
There was an article that come out, and it was like, Chloe Brockett has dated this guy from Married at First Sight, and I'm like, who the fuck?
What guy's that?
Yeah, who? I'm like, how was that, Mum? Who have I dated from Married at First Sight? I don't know. So I've looked at it. Basically, I done Celebrity Dinner Date years and years ago.
Oh, right.
And Davani was one of the menus. He was one of the menus, but I didn't pick his menu.
Oh,
so I was like, listing who was on my dinner date. I was like, I dated a Mormon, I dated a DJ, and I'm sure I dated a salsa dancer. Where's Davani fitting into this? So I actually contacted Closer. I was like, guys, I didn't date Davani. He was one of the menus, so they changed it.
Okay. Yeah. Oh my God, yeah, I would not put you with Davani either.
Yeah, so what I mean by that is people have sort of been circulating the scene for a while, because Dinner Date was like a good 3-4 years ago now.
Oh, right, yeah. I mean, yeah, you're kind of lucky you didn't pick that menu, because I wouldn't put you two together, to be honest.
Yeah, no.
He's a lovely boy, but I just don't think it's not a match for me.
All of my menus were pretty out there.
Really?
Oh, yeah, I had someone like, singing, and so it's all... It's all over the place.
I mean, any dating show is, isn't it, really?
Honestly, any of the people that I've dated on TV, all lovely, lovely people, by the way, but not a match for me. Like, not at all, no. I had someone do a TikTok dance once.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Someone just kept calling me Brocket the Rocket. It infuriated me so much.
For
I
fuck's
cried.
sake.
I cried. I was like, stop calling me that.
Oh, don't.
Yeah, so anyway, back to you. Tell me about the process of getting on Married at First Sight, and what made you choose to do it?
So I was scouted for Married at First Sight, and I ummed and ahed about it a little bit in the beginning, because I was like, I wasn't sure on the process. I wasn't sure on like what comes afterwards. I know it's a massive show, and I was like, I'm not sure if it's something that I want to throw myself into, especially that I was doing my degree at the time. I decided I wanted to be a therapist, and I thought, do I want to go and do an experiment marrying a stranger? Like, I just wasn't really sure. But at the time, the beginning of that year, I'd broken up with like someone that I was with for 8 years. We were engaged.
Oh, wow.
And so like I'd spent like the majority of that year getting over that, and I dated a little bit here and there, but nothing really worked out. And I thought, do you know what, I'm 30 now, my whole life's turned upside down since I broke up with my ex. Like, I'm not really like a big party girl. I don't drink much. I don't really go out like that. So I thought, I'm not going to meet anyone that way. Don't like dating sites either. They freak me out.
Yeah,
I don't trust people enough.
I've never,
Yeah. So I thought, what's the best way that I'm going to meet someone? This just sort of fell in my lap, so I might as well give it a go. And yeah, I just thought, why not? And so I think I got confirmed in the December, and then my wedding was in February.
No
so it was
way.
very quick. Like, you didn't have much time to really think or prepare.
So it's around this time last year you started sort of entering
sorting
the process.
it out.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
So it was a bit bizarre. And
you know, sorry to interrupt you. Like people on Married at First Sight, they take it so seriously. Like.
Yeah.
Obviously, like, I assume you did as well, but it's like, I watch it, I'm like, oh, they're not fucking marrying a stranger, do you know what I mean? And then you meet people. I've met so many people from the show, and they're like, my husband, like, they genuinely believe it.
No, it really does feel like that.
Did you go into this because you genuinely wanted to
I did want to meet someone, I didn't know where the next opportunity was going to be, that I was going to find someone, and I did start to panic a little bit when I turned 30, because I thought, I know I want kids, I know I want a family, I know I want to settle down, like, I want that life.
Yeah, of course.
But I thought, I don't know how I'm going to struggle to meet someone. It's probably going to be like through a mutual friend or something. And
why
God knows,
do you think you would struggle to meet someone?
Just because I'm not like, I keep myself to myself. I'm not really outwardly here, there and everywhere all the time. So I thought, like, the probability of me meeting someone in a random place is quite low.
You never know, you can meet someone in a petrol garage, Leigh.
I know. I mean, well, that's the mentality I'm going with now, because something's got to fucking work for me.
Something's got to give.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, I think like everyone went into it really giving it a good go, and it's an experiment, and it's intense. They take your phones off you can't talk to your friends and family.
Are you in like lockdown for a little while beforehand?
No, you literally just go straight to your wedding day.
Oh my God.
Go straight to your wedding day, get married, go on your honeymoon the following day.
Oh my God.
Come back from your honeymoon, move in together.
So what was the process like beforehand of like basically like, how clear do you make it of your type? Because I'd be sitting there literally writing down like height, eye colour, like how clear do you make it?
No, very clear. Like, it's a very intense process. They asked you what ethnicities you would or wouldn't date, what body types you would or wouldn't date, which it feels a little bit weird at the time, because you think that's a bit like
odd, yeah,
bit of like a mad question to ask that you'd never really even thought about before yourself, but they are very in depth. And there were specific things that I said that I would struggle to go for, like feminine women being one of them. I said I don't think I would be able to build like a sexual connection with a really feminine woman.
Is that because you see feminine women as friends? Is that why?
Yeah. Definitely more friendly, because the majority of my friends are all the same.
Okay.
And I've like, in my experience, the only women that I get that sexual attraction with is when they carry themselves more masculine and when they dress more masculine. It's just what I find attractive.
Yeah, of course.
Like, I can appreciate a girl looks lovely, but not in a sexual way.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
100%.
It's hard to explain, because this is the thing with the gay community as well. It's so diverse in what types there are.
Yeah, when you was explaining them types, you're like,
oh, fuck me, I didn't do myself justice, did I?
I seen them all off. I was thinking, I don't fucking have a clue what's going on. Where do I fit? Who am I?
Which one am I? No, I really fucked it for myself, and I should have just said mask.
Yeah.
But I was like, not too mask, not too femme, and really went round the houses about it. But what I meant by that is, I think when people assume you say mask, they think that you mean short hair,
100%.
shit ton of tattoos, piercings, like a proper like bloke-looking woman.
Yeah.
I don't go to that extreme.
No.
But then I've never dated a girl that wears like makeup, has her nails done.
Oh, really?
Any of that stuff. So it's sort of somewhere in between. That's what I was trying to get at. I didn't make it very clear at the time.
They give you someone with eyelashes.
Yeah, eyelashes, nails, wearing a dress at the end of the aisle. I was like,
right. That's funny. No, honestly, what was like, we was really talking about something really good then.
You went the process before.
Yeah, so what I always find interesting, so you've just told me obviously you pick out, you know, what sort of person you'd like to date, even down to weight.
Yeah.
So obviously anyone who watched will know that some couples were extremely mismatched.
Yes.
Why do you think that? Like, do you think that even though this is a genuine experiment, and I know them agents, like I know Paul personally, he's the kindest person.
He really is.
And I know they take it so serious. Do you think some couples are thrown in there for entertainment value?
Yeah.
You do? Yeah.
I do think, I don't know if it's solely entertainment purposes. I think everyone's got to be matched to some degree.
Yeah, like
they've got to have something
in
common, yeah, or like something to offer each other in some way. So I don't think anyone's ever like completely mismatched. But I do think that there's probably an element of knowing that there's going to be a bit of turmoil with some of the couples because things won't go as well as they plan.
Yeah, of course.
whether that be a couple that lives like 5 hours apart, like Beck and Bailey lived like 4.5 hours apart.
Right, and they were so in love at first.
Yeah, they were, and so that was a massive thing for them.
And Joe and Maeve, like what the fuck, like do you think, like from watching it, like I've done shows before, and you do end up in this sort of strange bubble, where you end up looking at people and going, oh, he's handsome, which you would never have thought that when you're on the outside world. I get it. Do you feel like the intensity of some of the relationships was because of the bubble they was in?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Why did they start cracking midway through the experiment then?
I don't know. I think because people's real personalities start coming out about halfway through.
Yeah.
Like if you've got a bit of a facade, you can't hide it for the whole time. So yeah, people start to show their true colours a little bit more, or like the spark that they had in the beginning will start to fizzle out. Like, you know, when you first start dating someone, you think, oh, the best thing since sliced bread.
Of course,
you meet them 5 times and you think, well, actually, I'm not really sure now.
Yeah.
It's kind of a bit like that. So things do start to break down, arguments happen, and then obviously because of the experiment that it is, you're there as well to give your opinion on other couples, and so
I loved it when you would give your opinion. I thought you was great.
I think that was my best bit.
She was just like, Julia Roof.
I was like, I don't fucking like what you've done. I don't fucking agree with it.
It just made me laugh. I'd be like, yeah, she's going to pipe up in a minute. Julia Roof, it's Rob. Like it.
I know, I can't help myself. Honestly, I can't. You are asked to give your opinion. That's a big reason why you're there.
Yeah.
But I am so opinionated anyway. Like, but the thing for me is like I won't get involved in people's shit for the sake of it. I kind of, my things that I'll stand up for people that when I feel like they're being treated badly. Like I'm like that in my real life anyway. Like if my friend's getting treated badly,
of course,
I'm just going to stand up for him. That's just who I am. And it was the same with Devani. Like I felt really, really bad for him.
Do you think you was naturally closer to the boys? Because obviously you started the experiment when you was with the boy. Oh no, you wasn't, was you?
No, I was actually on the hen do, yeah.
But you, throughout the experiment, like you would sometimes go out on the days out with the boys. Is that right?
Yeah. So I started off going on the hen do.
Yeah.
And then naturally me and the boys become quite close.
Oh, it was just naturally you decided. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we just built really good friendships because Leah was naturally closer to the girls as well.
Oh, okay.
I did have good friendships with some of the girls as well, like especially like Nelly, Maeve, April.
She seems really nice.
Yeah. They are all really lovely girls. But I've always been like that though. I gravitate towards boys in a friendship way. Like I had a big friendship group in school and they were all boys.
Oh, really?
So I am just kind of like that. I like the banter. I don't like the drama. Like it's
I feel like girls can be so bitchy.
Yeah, they can.
Who did you find the hardest to get along with in the experiment?
My wife.
My wife.
No, I mean, all jokes aside, I know we struggled.
She's not joking.
Yeah, might be a bit of truth to that. No, apart from that, I wouldn't say I struggled to get on with anyone. Like the only person that I had my moment with really was Julia Ruth.
Yeah. But like, say if you was 1-to-1, did you two get along quite alright? Was it more so?
We did prior, yeah.
Okay.
So before all of that shit happened, I think the reason I was so pissed off was because we got on really well, and I'd had her in my apartment, and she'd be like sort of slagging Devani off a little bit, like just didn't really like him. Yeah. And then I found out she was sleeping with him, and I thought, you've been lying to my face as well.
Yeah.
And it just didn't sit right with me.
You know what I noticed as well? So like, from my own personal experiences, like on Towie, there was sort of like an unwritten rule. Like I was in a friendship group for a long time, and when things would happen, like sometimes you just wouldn't bring them to camera. So it was weird to hear Julia Ruth going, yeah, but not on camera. Like, was there a lot of things that was said and done that was specifically not mentioned on camera?
I think couples tried to not bring things to camera because they wanted to act as if it was all fine and dandy, or like they was trying to create a narrative a little bit, and so didn't want to discuss certain things on camera. But because it's such a long process, you can't do that for the majority of the time. Like it will end up coming out. Yeah,
like
you will
the
tell someone.
Are aware of it as well.
Yeah, they are. I mean, they're breathing down your neck 24/7. Like they know, they hear through the grapevine everything that's going on. So if you've had an argument with your other half and you think, fuck bringing this to camera, they're gonna find out and they're gonna bring it up at some point anyway. Yeah. So yeah. I think people did a little bit try and sort of keep things off.
Who do you think done that the most?
Well, there was obviously with Julia Riff and Devani, like them sleeping together was one of the biggest ones.
But did actually no one know, like amongst the group?
Nope, genuinely. Really? I think that's why the group was so pissed off, because it weren't even like it was common knowledge between us, and we knew they weren't bringing it to camera. They weren't bringing it to us either. And respectfully, it's none of our business what they do in their sex life, so I get that. But I think it was more like the narrative that had been created to us was so far from what was actually happening.
And of course, and you get so close to these people. Like as you said, you've had her in your apartment, drinking wine. Normally, you just be like, oh my god, guess what? And because she's not done that, it would make you question her authenticity.
Of course, 100%.
So you've walked down the aisle.
Yes.
What is your first impressions of your wife?
Stunning.
Yeah.
Gorgeous girl. But the minute I saw the back of her dress, I saw a dress in general, I thought, right, okay.
Really?
We're going to have to try here. Like, this ain't going to be an instant thing.
Was there ever like a part of you where you just thought, I'm going to walk off? Because I saw with Grace at her wedding with Ashley, she genuinely looked like she was going to leave at some point.
Yeah.
It's like, was there ever a time for you during the wedding where you thought, I don't know if I can do this, or cold feet?
No, not at all. I think, like, I knew that I was going to struggle to find the attraction from the beginning because of like how she presented herself, but equally I didn't know her. Do you know what I mean? I knew nothing about her, and I was stood there thinking, we've obviously been matched for a reason. There's got to be something.
Reason was?
I think, looking at it now, I think we're quite similar in some ways, in that we're both really headstrong, we're both quite career driven, we're both really family orientated, so our morals align in some ways. And so I think because of all of those things and how we wanted to live our lives, like we both wanted kids, we both wanted to settle down, so we wanted the same things. So in the grand scheme of things, I think they've probably looked at it and thought, right, yeah, two lesbians, both want a family, both want kids, both have the same work ethic and the same morals. Surely that'll work.
Yeah.
And yeah, but the little
but
details.
Yeah. But it didn't. It was a nice idea.
Yeah, grateful. Thanks for wasting my time.
So then obviously you've got married, and I remember watching the edit of you. I thought you come across lovely, and you know, I saw you on Instagram. I was like, oh, she follows me, my Instagram friend. And then I'm watching, and like, I hate to say it, but the edit wasn't amazing. No. It wasn't great, you know. They'd sort of pan to Leah at the wedding, at the honeymoon, basically like, let's go play in the snow, and you're just there like face like thunder, absolutely, I don't want to play in the snow, which is something I would be like, I don't like the cold, you know? So,
I mean, I didn't particularly want to play in the snow, but I wasn't as miserable as it made out, like...
So how did that feel, watching that back for you? You have your specific memories of your honeymoon, and you know that you two did have a really nice time. I've seen it on your Instagram, you know, you've posted some pictures where you look like you're having a blast. So how did that feel for you, watching that back and thinking, oh my God, that's completely different to how I lived it myself?
Yeah, I struggled with that. I crashed out a little bit, like, because obviously this is my first time being on TV. It's the first 2 episodes, then the minute those 2 first episodes come out, the backlash was awful. And I remember watching it thinking, that looks fucking terrible. Yeah. Like, it looks bad. I agree with what everyone's saying, because it does look awful. But I just thought that's not the reality of how it went to its entirety. Yes, there was times I had a bit of a face like a slapped ass. There was times I was anxious.
Didn't we all?
Do you know what I mean? Like, I was in a foreign country with a load of people I didn't know, doing stuff that I wasn't comfortable to do. As well, this is another thing. I did tell them beforehand, I'm definitely scared of heights. Like, if there's anything I don't want to do on the honeymoon, anything to do with heights, I'm just going to be really anxious.
I feel like sometimes they push for stuff like that.
Yeah, I kind of wish I never told them now.
Yeah, they're like, she's scared of heights, just send them up a mountain. Like, she'll have a great time.
So I mean, I wasn't my best self on the honeymoon, I'll take that. And you can't blame the edit for like things that you do and say, because obviously 100%. It's not AI. I did everything that I did and I said everything that I said. So when you blame the edit, it's not saying that something's fake.
No,
it's just a little bit nipped and tucked.
Yeah, like there'll be times like when I was on Tower, I used to look back, and we used to do these things called like lookies. So you look at people, look away. Did you do them?
Yeah.
Oh, you did them? Oh my God. I still get shocked that certain shows do that. I'm like, no, that's
we did it all the time, yeah.
So we'd do it, and then they'd pan to me, like rolling my eyes at someone. I'd be rolling my eyes at like my drink, but they'd make it look like it was at
You're looking at someone,
Like, so would they do that a lot with you?
Yeah.
This podcast is exclusively sponsored by Ryan at Change. If you're interested in getting involved with Change, make sure you reach out on Instagram to RyanJB. Just so you know, you do have to put in the hard work. You get out what you put in with this business. And if you want to scale your e-commerce company, then Ryan is the guy for you. Do you think they wanted a narrative for you?
I don't know if they wanted a narrative. I do think the trajectory of mine and Leah's story is quite accurate. I don't think that we fit any type of character that we wasn't necessarily in. But I do think that I was asked a lot about my past relationships and like past stuff that I'd been through. So that looks as though I'm non-stop bringing it up the whole
But
way
you was
through.
asked, yeah.
But you're often asked about it. So that's why I keep talking about the fact that I've been through a lot in my past with relationships. So I'm talking about that, and I'm relating that to why I'm finding it difficult with the situations I was in with Leah at the time.
Yeah, of course.
But it doesn't mean to say that, like, watching it back, as a viewer, I would even look at that and be like, fucking hell, why did you even come into it? You're clearly not over your past. Like, you've not stopped banging on about it.
But you was asked it.
But you're asked the question quite a lot, yeah.
And then during the experiment, do you feel like there was ever a time where you was at your happiest during the experiment?
I mean, I think a lot of times, to be honest. Like,
Really?
we had a lot of fun. Like, we did some really good things. I actually really enjoyed the honeymoon. I know
really?
it doesn't look like it.
I mean, you could have fooled me. I'm joking.
No, I get it. We did some really fun things. Like, we went and milked cows. We went and learned how to play an instrument. Like, we did like some really good things. I love Switzerland. I think it's a beautiful country, and I was really happy to be there, and I actually really loved it. And we had so many laughs. Like, me and Leah would like take the piss and have a laugh together, and me and all the other cast members, like, we all built such good friendships. So there were just so many times that we all had together, which just felt lovely. And also, you've got no responsibilities. You ain't got to go to work.
Yeah, nice.
Like, you've got everyone running around doing everything for you. Like, it feels great. Like, I had
Did you
a
miss
good
home
time.
or not really?
I did. I miss my family. Like,
Yeah.
I miss my mum and like my friends and stuff like that. So that was hard. But you kind of acclimatised to it a little bit.
Yeah.
I actually found it really weird coming home.
Oh my God, I've had that before.
Yeah.
Like, when I've been away to film a show
Yeah.
and you come home, doesn't it feel so empty?
Yeah,
Like,
I laid in my bed the first night and I thought, this feels awful.
oh, really?
Like, I just
you
got so
missed
used
it.
to living in the apartments.
Yeah.
When I'd laid in my own bed, it felt deathly quiet as
Have
well.
to write Channel for an email. Like, hi, do you mind if
Yeah.
I'm just like a full-time resident?
Yeah, or could you just send someone from welfare to knock on my door, please?
Yes, please.
I got really used to them knocking on the door all the
Oh,
time.
yeah, you've always got someone to talk to.
Yeah.
Like, telling everyone how you feel constantly.
Yeah, no,
I just do it to
literally.
my mum. She's like, fuck off. Stop
Yeah,
telling me
I
how
ain't
you
getting paid for this.
So during the experiment, obviously, there was a lot of struggles with sort of jealousy. And obviously, when I spoke to you, so I messaged you over DM, invited you on. When I spoke to you, you was like, I really want to speak about this because obviously, forgive me if I'm wrong, are you the first lesbian relationship on Married at First Sight UK?
No, there has been before.
On the UK one?
Jenna and Zoe.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was that the first series?
No, I think it might have been about 3 or 4 series ago.
Oh, really?
Don't quote me on that because I'm not 100%, but they've definitely been on it before.
Oh, really?
They're a success story, actually, still together now.
Oh, that's so lovely.
Yeah.
I got into it a few series ago and I haven't seen a lesbian relationship in the last few series. Is that right? Or am
There
I
hasn't
wrong?
been for a few years,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I was right.
Well done. You did good.
Not just writing people off. Sorry, Zoe. But obviously, what was I going to say? Oh, so you were saying to me how you find it hard because people were saying that you was jumping down her throat for being flirty, but obviously because it is 2 women, it still is the same as a man and a woman.
Yeah.
If my boyfriend was flirting with someone at the table, I don't think that table would still be there, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
So tell me about your struggles with that, because that's something you found hard throughout the whole series.
Yeah, it is. I think it's often overlooked because when people see 2 girls doing something, they see a gay woman behaving a little bit flirtatious towards a straight woman. There's a common misconception like, well, that's not a problem. The other woman's straight and she's obviously only doing it as a laugh, and that's all well and good. But it's not about what's going to happen there. It's about the intent from your partner and the behaviour of your partner. And like you said, like if there was a man sat at the table, at the dinner table, saying that someone was their type and that they thought someone was fit and that they'd turn them or like they'd fuck them or whatever.
Yeah.
Naturally, I think at that table, if any of them husbands had said that, the girls would have gone mental.
Yeah,
They'd
of
lost their
course.
shit like they did with Stephen.
Yeah, even like with Julia Ruth. All
Yeah.
Julia Ruth said was, and even though, you know, I think she was slightly in the wrong, she did
Yeah.
say I fancy Stephen.
Yeah.
Everyone went fucking crazy. But when Leah said, was it Leisha?
Leisha and Beck,
Yeah, when she said she fancies them, no one sort of reacted. And I
Yeah.
don't understand why. So did you find that hard even amongst the group? Like, do you think they should have backed you a little bit more?
Yeah, I felt like no one really kind of understood why I was saying what I was saying. But no one backed Leah and no one backed me. They kind of just sort of like left us to our own device. It's only when near the end Bailey defended me and he said that he'd also felt uncomfortable about some of Leah's behaviours towards Beck.
Oh, really? What was those
Like
behaviours?
he'd say that he could turn Beck and like she'd fuck her and stuff like that. And he'd had a conversation with Beck prior and said like I'm not really comfortable with that.
And how did Beck feel about those comments?
Beck and Leah were really good mates.
Oh,
So
okay.
I don't think Beck saw it as a problem.
Yeah. I feel like if someone was saying that to me, I'd feel so uncomfortable.
Yeah. But this is the thing, like, everyone's different. Obviously, Beck was comfortable with it, so that, like, you know, and that was their dynamic of their friendship, so that's fine. But I think if you're in an experiment like this and you're trying to build a relationship,
100%.
if your partner's expressing that something makes them uncomfortable, you're not there for your friends, you're there for your partner. So this is a thing as well, like, I think there's this misconception that I was trying to control Leah or change so much about her.
Yeah, that's what, like, she said on her final vows, wasn't it? But do you feel like she'd ran with that sort of narrative and said that because that's the narrative she could see that people was going with?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, look, Leah had an opportunity every single week to leave, and if she felt controlled or really treated badly, she had every opportunity to leave, and she didn't. So, I mean, you know, I don't think it was as bad as it's maybe now being made out that it was. I think, like, there's this narrative at the moment that I was quite controlling towards Leah and that was trying to change a lot about her. I wasn't. I was happy for Leah to be who she was. I just didn't want her to flirt with other people.
Yeah, it's really
that
not
was
that
the
hard.
only thing I asked for her out of her behaviour to change. I didn't want her to change anything else about herself. I didn't want her to do anything else. All I wanted was a space for me to be able to open up and be vulnerable and not feel disrespected. Because I think I would have got a lot further had we not keep having them setbacks.
Do you feel like during the experiment there was ever a moment where you looked at Leah and was like, you know what, I actually think we can make this work on the outside?
I think like the halfway point when there was like this funny episode where I was like, the stick is well and truly pulled out my arse.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Because I just thought at that point, like, you've just got to go both feet. Like, if you don't go both feet into it, you're never going to see if it works or not.
Do you think she would have reciprocated that with you? So would she have...
I feel like she did at that point.
Okay.
I feel like we both... It was, in the beginning, it was her putting in all the effort and I was quite closed off. And then in the middle, we kind of matched each other. And so we was both kind of putting in the effort then. And then when the things started happening that I felt uncomfortable with, I think Leah then started to retract because she wasn't happy that I was, like, going on about these things. And fair enough, you know, like... If that's who Leah is and she wasn't happy to change those parts of herself, I would have respected her so much more if she'd have come to me and said, look, Leigh, listen, this is who I am. I don't want to change these parts of myself, so this is never going to work. I would have said, absolutely fine, let's call it a day.
Yeah.
But because she kept sitting down with me at the commitment ceremonies and saying, look, there's nothing to worry about. Of course, I'll reassure you. I would never disrespect you. I'm like, all right, well, we're getting somewhere then. We'll move forward. And then it would happen again.
Yeah.
And I was just a bit like, oh.
What do you think was the point you realised, like, fuck this, I'm not doing this anymore?
I think, I don't know, I'd say probably it was very up and down because, like, before homestays, when that thing happened with the girl in the bar, I was like, fuck this, like, we just ended up straight back in a place that we've been trying to work to get out of.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to keep doing this. And then ended up going on homestays and then we had a really nice time.
Oh, okay.
So it was just so up and down with us.
Do you think she didn't entirely know what she wanted, to be honest? Like,
I don't know. In her defence, I do think she would have given it more of a go.
So obviously, you finish the experiment. How does the experiment end? Like, what happens? You just go home, you pack up one day. What happens? Like, tell me about it.
So you do a final dinner party, and then the next day you're moving out of the apartment, so you're packing all your stuff up, ready to go, and it just all of a sudden feels like it's very abruptly come to an end. So you do like this deliberations week where you pack up, take all your stuff, you both go home, you spend a week just thinking about what you want to do with your decision.
Do you speak during that week?
No, not allowed to talk. You just talk with your friends and family.
Yeah.
And you sort of then just determine what you're going to do at vow renewals. And then you go to vow renewals a week later, you meet them there, and that's where you decide whether it's going to go forward or not.
Your vow renewals were quite frosty, like your final vows. Obviously, when you ended from leaving the apartment, was it frosty as that when you left? Oh, it was.
We had an argument just before we left.
Was that on camera?
Yeah.
Oh, it was? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I'm
She's a little bit behind.
I've said I'm trying to catch up. There's a lot of episodes. I'm trying to do it.
Yeah, we had an argument because basically at the dinner party, we had an honesty box, and the honesty box question from Leah to me was, do you feel like you've been disrespected in this marriage? And so I said yes. Do you know, I had felt that at some points. And and then there was a lot of questions over the table of like, can you give us examples of this, that and the other? And then Bailey chimed in and he said he'd also felt disrespected by Leah and some of her behaviour. So it all kind of erupted a little bit off the back of that question. And I think Leah felt a little bit backed into a corner.
Okay.
And so the following morning we had a debrief on what had happened the night before. And yeah, it just didn't go very well because she was trying to just sort of tell me like, you're overreacting. This is your past stuff. Like, I've never disrespected you. And I just got to a point in that conversation, I just thought, surely you can't be saying that this is all me.
It's really not hard to just not flirt with someone else.
Yeah, you can't just be blaming this on me.
Yeah.
And so I just had enough and I stormed off and left.
I do want to address as well the double standard thing.
Yeah.
So obviously my friends watch it. They was like, I'm sure she's lovely, but she was a little bit double standard. I said, listen, I'll bring it up. I'm going to ask her.
Yeah, we'll settle it, don't worry.
So can you speak about the kiss? Because, I know throughout that you was a little bit cautious of Leah's relationship with Leisha, and you felt that she was a little bit flirty towards her, and then you kissed Leisha.
Yeah.
So could you just clear this up for me?
Yeah. So obviously when me and Leisha kissed, there was absolutely nothing in it. It wasn't like a retaliation to Leah. It wasn't like a get back at her thing or anything like that. It was just something like we'd both had a drink and it was just like a little friendly moment. There was absolutely nothing in it. I think where I went wrong was that I didn't handle it well afterwards when I was confronted with the situation. So obviously Leah's come to me and said, you kissed Leisha last night, it's double standards, you've been moaning at me all this time about being disrespectful and you've done that. And I think the reason why I didn't handle it well in the moment and I couldn't take accountability for the double standards was because I thought, well, you know that there's nothing to worry about Leisha with me. I don't fancy her. You know she's not even my type. So why would you ever be worried? Like, the only reason I'd worry about you with Leisha is because you've told me fucking countless times how much you think the girl's good looking and she's your type.
Yeah, I understand.
So I think in the moment I was thinking, are we really making this a thing? Surely not. Everyone would know there's nothing to worry about. But equally, if it had bothered Leah, I should have in that moment been like, I hear that it's double standards. I can't tell you, don't be disrespectful, and then I've done something that's disrespected you. Yeah. So I will hold my hands up. I didn't deal with that well. And it was double standards. You can all have that.
She admits it.
I admit.
We love a girl that owns her shit.
Yeah.
So obviously, watching the experiment back, I want to talk about the time in between, but firstly I want to go to this. Watching the experiment back, is there anything you'd do differently?
I think I'd be in the moment a little bit more. I'm very analytic. Like, I will always double guess things or overthink things. I am a bit of an overthinker, and so it sort of takes me out of the moment, and I can't always enjoy myself as much.
That though, yeah.
But I'm quite an anxious person as well, so I do overthink things quite a lot. So if I was to do something like that again or redo it, I think I'd just try and worry less and just be in the moment and just go with it and not overthink as much.
Do you think if you did go in the experiment with that attitude, you and Leah might have worked?
Yeah, I do think in the beginning, if I'd have been a bit more open and forthcoming with Leah, that maybe the flirting situations probably wouldn't have happened because maybe she would have been getting what she needed from me, and so she wouldn't feel like she needed to be that way. But I don't know, because obviously Leah said that is who she is and that is how she acts anyway. So you can't really say.
Yeah, I think hindsight's a really beautiful thing, but there's no point in thinking about what could have been.
Yeah.
And then obviously filming ends, you said you finished in February, is that right? Or
no, started in Feb, finished end of April, beginning of May.
Oh my God, so really? It feels like it's so much longer. It's actually not that long, really. The filming,
2.5 months.
2.5 months is long, but you've been if you said you've been dating someone for 2.5 months, you wouldn't be married to them, would you? Do you know? It's a whirlwind. It's very intense.
Yeah, but you're with them 24/7, so it literally does feel like you've known this person for a year.
Really?
Yeah.
You know everything about them as well.
Yeah, because you just spend you obviously you ain't got your phones or your friends or family, so all you do is just talk and get to know each other all the time. Yeah. So it is intense.
So you've had the whole sort of basically a year really waiting for the show to come out.
Yeah.
What was you most nervous about? For me, the only thing I can compare it to is when we started filming towards my later series, it would be maybe a few months in between showing the show from when we filmed it. Yeah. And I found it really hard. I could not cope with it, reliving certain things that had happened or watching the edit or hearing people speak about me that was 2 months old, and the version of events I had in my head was completely different. I found that really hard.
Yeah.
So for you, how was that? What was the anticipation like? Because obviously I'd been on TV before for years, you hadn't, so you know that everyone in the country is going to watch it. You don't know what edit you're going to get. What was it like for you? Because I would have found that really hard.
I think for me, I was a little bit naive. I knew I was going to get a bit of trolling and a bit of backlash. I think you know it's kind of part and parcel. It comes with going on TV. I knew that was going to happen, but I just didn't realise the magnitude of what it was going to be. And I also didn't realise that the beginning of my journey was going to look as bad as it did.
Yeah.
So it was a lot. The anticipation, like, leading up to it, I was trying to prepare myself. I was like, right, show's coming up.
How can you even do that, though?
You can't. Yeah. I tried to ground myself. I was in therapy. I was like talking to friends and family. Yeah, like I just thought I really want to be my best self, like ready to take this all on and sort of relive it. But yeah, nothing can prepare you for it, because you literally feel like you're flung in a time machine. You're going back 6 months. You've spent all this time healing and getting over this and like adapting back into normal life, and then all of a sudden it feels like you're back in it again.
Yeah.
And then also with the opinions of like hundreds of thousands of people.
It's crazy. It's mad. Like, obviously I follow a few of you, like you, Grace, and I see like the messages that you get. Like, Grace sometimes posts them, and I just think, like, how are these people that know nothing about you have watched you literally marry a stranger in the most odd, crazy situation ever, insulting you? Like, have you had some really bad messages?
Yeah. It's been really rough in the beginning. I had to turn my comments off for a little while because it was getting quite bad. The DMs were quite bad. The things that I don't like is, like, you know, you can not agree with how I behave in a relationship, but there's no excuse for like talking about how someone looks or
100%
like, you know, being nasty in that regard. And it did start to get a little bit rough. So yeah, I turned my comments off for a little while. It was only for like a couple of days. I just thought I just need a little bit of a breather. And I also stopped going looking for stuff. This is what I was doing in the beginning as well.
Looking for what people are saying about you.
Yeah, when the show first aired, I'd go on TikTok and like look on like all the different videos.
The showbiz reviewers.
Oh fucking hell!
So, you know what? Some of them can be really nice. Some of them, I think, oh my god, you absolute hater. Like, they'll say the most ridiculous things, and they're like sitting in their living room, like showbiz news, and you think, oh fuck off.
And it's the comments. I'd go on these videos, I'd look at the comments, and they're fucking ruthless, and I was like, Jesus. And then I just stopped looking because I thought, I'm not doing anything positive for myself by doing this. Stopped looking at them. Stopped letting it bother me. And then actually it flipped a little bit halfway through. I was getting a lot of love. A lot of people were starting to see my personality a lot more, so it felt better. And then it prepared me for the second downfall. So when it got bad again, I was more prepared.
It like happens. You know what? I always like remember like a producer saying to me, it's literally like a pantomime. Like, some weeks you'll be the villain, some weeks you'll be the goodie, like, it's up and down. But I feel like always the best like characters, even though we're ourselves on reality TV, you often are seen as a character.
Yeah, you
and
are.
the best ones always have up and downs, always.
I would love that for me.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's just swings and roundabouts. So obviously with the edit, we spoke a lot about yours, but obviously you was around these people for a really long time. From watching the show yourself, who else do you think got a really unfair edit?
I wouldn't say any of them were unfair. I'd say they were like just not a complete true representation of what happened or how somebody is as a person. And I do think that Sarah, albeit she said a couple of things that were a little bit controversial, she is genuinely a really nice person, and her and Dean actually got on really well. I mean, they're still friends now.
I found that really sad, like, because I think it was unfair for both of them, you know, the coupling. Like, I just thought, like, it doesn't work, you know, but I feel like separately they would have been so sweet. Like, you know,
they are genuinely both really lovely people. I just think they were, like you said, quite badly matched. But
do you think that was an entertainment match?
A little bit, but I think in the grand scheme of things, if it could have worked, if the attraction was there, that couple would have been lovely. Would have been perfect, because it would have been what Sarah needed, and it also would have been what Dean had been looking for. So had the attraction been there, that would have worked great. I mean, they're great friends. They got on really well as people. They've got a lot in common. But yeah, so I think that situation wasn't necessarily maybe completely true to what their dynamic was off camera.
Yeah, I felt a bit bad for her, you know, as much as everyone felt sorry for Dean, and you know what, he comes across as such a lovely guy. I did feel a bit bad for her because you can't force that attraction, especially like there's cameras around you constantly. You've just said they've gone through this vigorous process of I like this and this, and they've given her something she doesn't like. It must be quite disheartening, but also on the flip side for Dean, like, your heart just went out for him.
Oh, I know,
honestly,
he's such a
He
fucking
seemed
angel,
like the
innit?
nicest person ever.
But they did also, I feel like for Dean, they made him look quite cringe, but he's
He
actually
did
not
keep
that.
rapping.
I know, but he's actually not that cringe in real life.
bless.
Like, he's quite just like quite normal and like down to earth guy. But obviously, where they kept putting in a lot of cringy moments.
What, the rapping? Like,
yeah, the rap. But I can't. I do love it. I can't.
Oh, he's so sweet.
I know,
He's so
yeah.
kind.
He's a
This
goodie.
might be a little bit controversial, but who do you think? Obviously, we saw Julia, Ruth, and Joe going on holiday and all that shit with pull your pussy up, which I was saying for ages. I don't even know what it means.
I don't think any of us knew at the time.
Yeah, do you know what it means now?
I don't pull your pussy up. I'm not really sure.
When she said it, was everyone just a bit like, right, what do you do?
I could ring her and ask.
Oh my god! Yes, can you
ring her
ring
and
Julia Ruth and ask her?
Yeah, ring her.
Oh my god!
Hi, babe. So, just a really quick one. I'm literally in the middle of filming a podcast, right?
Hi, Julia Ruth. Hi.
But I've been asked to give you a call just so you can set the record straight. What does pull your pussy up mean?
Pussy up means you need to get your shit together. Like, pull it together. Get it together, Carol.
Get it together. Pull your shit together.
Oh yes, Julia Ruth. Oh,
we love that. Thanks, babe. I just needed to ring you and ask.
No worries, enjoy, bye.
bye, Julia. Oh, I love her. I'm gonna tell people to pull your pussy up from now on. It just
Get your
means
shit together. Yeah, pull your pussy up.
Oh, she's an icon.
Yeah, she's great.
Oh, she's the moment.
Yeah, I mean, like,
I think I just fangirled over Julia Ruth.
I know. She is great. I feel like with her and me and our dynamic, we had a lot of issues on the show.
But
I
you're
think,
actually friends with her, yeah.
yeah, like I think those issues come from like not agreeing with certain behaviours. But as people, we didn't dislike each other, and with like, you know, it was a long time ago. But with that's all done and dusted now. We don't really care about it anymore, and we're good now. Yeah.
Obviously, the show's ended now.
Yeah.
You've had all the highs and the lows, and you've had all the interest from people. Like, you know, like I bet it's weird having people stop you in the street.
Oh, it's strange. I got recognised in a McDonald's drive-thru yesterday.
Oh my god, did you?
Yeah, I was like just going around to pay for my food, and he was like, "I knew I recognised you from the camera. I absolutely loved your man at first sight." Yeah, it's really cute. It is lovely. Like I've not had. Although I've had quite a lot of trolling online, I've not had a single person be nasty in person.
They never are. The trolls, they call them trolls. They often stay like under this sort of bridge with their little laptop. So what are your plans for the future? Like, what do you want to do? Would you do TV again?
I wouldn't do another dating show.
Okay, there's a lot of dating shows.
Yeah, I don't think I could do it. I think, you know, like it's easy to be judged. People can judge you and think they know who you are based off of how you are in a relationship. Mm-hmm. But I think for me, if I was ever going to do anything TV again, I would do something solo, like Big Brother or
oh my god, yeah,
something like that.
That'd be good.
Yeah. Because I just want to show people who I am. Mm-hmm. And not be judged for how a relationship goes.
Is there anything that you've got in like the pipelines for that? Like obviously your Instagram is obviously full of Married at First Sight. Like what do you plan on doing next, like as yourself, as Leigh?
For me, I think I've made it quite clear that I find like self-growth and self-awareness and mental health really important, and obviously I was doing my degree prior, and that's where my passion is. So I'm trying to work on a few things at the moment where I can sort of give back in that sense.
That's amazing,
yeah. But also like I'm all for like empowerment and like setting boundaries and being confident and sure on who you are, and so like I feel like I'm lucky in the sense that I can I feel like I'm lucky in the sense that I can incorporate so many parts of who I am that all have the same meaning. Like I love hair and makeup and my clothes and how I represent myself. That's a big part of who I am. So of course I'm gonna like do makeup and do hair and show people all of my tips and tricks and stuff like that. But at the same time, being able to give back and prioritise mental health, and I want to do like
amazing.
I'd love to be able to do like things where I can get a load of people together, where like, you know, like a free event where I can just get a load of people together that feel like they just want to vent and offload and have someone to talk to, and just be a space where people can just be open. Because I get so many DMs from people saying, I wish I had a friend like you that I could speak to.
I think as well, do you find that you get a lot of messages from young gay girls? Because obviously growing up, like, you know, even for me, I remember, like, I'm a little bit younger than you, so it must have even been different for you. But, like, growing up, I remember, like, there was one girl that come out as gay and everyone was like, what the fuck? Like, no one really understood it. Do you know what I mean? Or, like, it was odd. Like, I'll be serious. People found it strange,
Yeah,
you know?
did, yeah.
So for you now, being someone in the media, in the public eye, that looks the way you do, is so open about being gay, has been in a lesbian relationship or marriage on TV, you know, you should see yourself as some sort of like idol, I think. And so, you know, how do you deal with that sort of responsibility from the messages you get from young girls?
It is huge. Like, it is a big thing to uphold, but I do think all of the messages that I get in that regard are all saying thank you for so representing the community that well, and for setting a standard for like not settling for less and not letting your boundaries go, and like staying true to what you know you deserve. And I had like a message from someone yesterday sort of saying like, how do you deal with explaining that you're gay to loads of different people, like kind of like the conversation that we had a little bit before about having to come out over and over again. And I said it's just about having confidence. It's about knowing who you are, and knowing that by people asking you that question and getting it wrong, it's not about you, and you don't have to be embarrassed. It's their ignorance. It's not your fault.
That's such good advice, and I love that you respond to people as well and give them
100%. Like, I voice noted her straight back, and I was like, oh my god, babe, like
nice.
I love communicating with people, and this is the thing. That's why I want to do it on a bigger scale, because I feel like that's not enough. A little DM's not enough.
If you could say anything to like a young girl that may be listening that feels like a little bit sort of nervous about coming out, and you know, worried that people are going to look at her differently, or just a bit scared, what would you say to her?
I think it would just be like, you know who you are, like be proud of who you are. Don't ever worry about people's judgment or how people are going to view you or what you think people are going to say. Like, stand tall, be confident, be proud, and people will love you for that. Like, I've gone on TV and I've been confident, I've been sure on what I want, I've been sure on who I am, and I've articulated myself well. And if you know who you are and you know what you want, no one can put you down for that. So like, following my footsteps in a way, like be proud of who you are and stand tall in knowing what you want and knowing what you deserve. And if anybody has anything negative to say, it's just on them. Like, it's not a reflection of you at all, it's a reflection of them. Thank you so much for that advice. I got a bit teary. I was like, so lovely.
Thank you so much for coming on. I'm really excited to see about what you do next. I just feel like you've got so many amazing ideas, and I feel like you're so intelligent. I feel like often you don't see that side. Like, of course you articulated yourself well and amazing, and you can tell that you're an intelligent person, but like the layers behind that, I just feel like I'm really excited to see what happens next with you.
Thank you, babe. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you guys for listening. If you do want to check out On The Record, make sure you check it out on YouTube, Spotify or Apple Music. Thank you for watching On The Record with Chloe B. As you guys know, this podcast is exclusively sponsored by Ryan at Change. Change is an amazing organisation that helps people scale their e-commerce businesses, giving you amazing skills to go forth and have the best business you can. I've seen so many people change their life working with Ryan, and I cannot recommend him enough. If you are interested in getting involved, make sure you reach out to Ryan on Instagram at RyanJB.